Yes, ma'am, it's coming.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Go
Yes.
on.
Okay. Okay.
Make it make it full screen, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Go on.
So this is the Earth, which we can see from the space, and this is the Sun. You can see the Sun and the Earth in one frame, which has been taken from the space satellite. And the distance between the Sun and the Earth is 93 million miles, or 149.5 million kilometers. So this is the Earth, which you can see over here, the Earth, and it's the layers of the atmospheric layers of the Earth. So the ozone layer is one such layer of the Earth which acts as a shield, as a protective layer, as an umbrella. It protects the Earth. So it is present at an altitude of 12 to 35 kilometers from the Earth's surface. So over here we can see that the ozone layer, it acts as a filter and it protects the Earth and its people from the harmful UV rays. So the UV rays, the ultraviolet rays, which can cause skin cancer as well as other health problems. And one thing we have to note is that no life is possible in the absence of ozone layer. So what is ozone layer depletion? Ozone layer depletion is the depletion in ozone layer, due to which what happens, the sun's harmful rays will enter the Earth's surface and it will help in the destruction of all living beings, organisms, and whatever is there on the Earth's surface. So this is how the Earth's ozone layer, if it gets depleted totally, how the sun's rays will enter the Earth's surface. It is shown in this diagram. So of ozone layer holes, it's not exactly holes, it's a few depleted areas which were found over Antarctica, Arctic region, and Tibetan region. So how does the ozone layer gets depleted? So firstly, I would say there are two processes in depletion. First process is the natural process, and the second process is the anthropogenic process, or the process which are caused due to human beings. So the first process, that is the natural process, it takes place because of volcanic eruptions, due to which some gases like carbon monoxide, nitrous dioxide, these are released in the atmosphere and they might go up to the ozone layer and might help in the creation or depletion of ozone layer. So, and the most important element in ozone layer depletion is chlorofluorocarbon. This is an anthropogenic cause, and the chlorofluorocarbons, CFCs, they are basically non-toxic, non-flammable chemicals, and it contains atoms of carbon, chlorine, and fluorine. So they are non-toxic basically because it does not harm us, but it is harmful in the way that when it reaches up above the troposphere, up to the ozone layer, it depletes the ozone layer. Other anthropogenic gases which might deplete the ozone layer are sulfates, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, nitrogen dioxides. So these are also there. But uh, the most important element is the chlorofluorocarbon. Now, recent studies have shown that plastic bags, which are produced from one of the three basic polymers, that is polyethylene, high density polyethylene, and low density polyethylene, these are also one of the reasons due to which the ozone might get depleted, because these are the elements which which almost form compounds with other substances to form chlorides, oxides, and sulfates. And these compounds, they again deplete the ozone layer. So this damage goes both ways, that is global warming and depletion of ozone layer. So what are the effects of ozone depletion? So we know that the main effect of ozone depletion would be the effect on climate. So when it affects the climate, it increases the Earth's temperature, which is also known as the global warming. It would melt the glaciers. It would cause rise in the sea level. It would also cause acid rain. It would also cause rainfall amount to be alterated. So what are the effects on human beings? So on human beings also the ozone depletion has an effect. That is, it causes skin cancer, it retards physical and mental growth. It would also create poisonous smog, which would create respiratory problems amongst human beings. The recent smog of Delhi was one such effect which we could see. So the effect on plants. So all plants would be damaged due to the depletion of ozone layer, because there would be so much of UV rays which would enter the Earth's surface, and it would help in the depletion of. It would help in the damage the plants in a very harmful manner. So all the balance of the Earth's balance would be altered. Next is what are chlorofluorocarbon or CFC. So here we can see what are the CFCs and where it is found. So we can see that CFCs, they are one kind of elements which are released from refrigerators, air conditioners, also from spray cans like foams and other automobile heaters, coolers, deodorants. So CFCs are found in these substances. So how do we reduce CFC? We can reduce CFC by buying air conditioning and refrigeration equipment that do not use HCFC as a refrigerant. We can also buy aerosol products that do not use HCFC or CFC as propellant. And we can conduct regular inspection and maintenance of air conditioning and refrigeration appliances to prevent and minimize refrigerant leakage. We can also change the CFC refrigerant to non-CFC refrigerant. Now, if we see this, there is one deodorant bottle. So while buying the deodorant bottle, we can always look for CFC free, this symbol, which we can find not only in deo bottle, but any other bottle like shaving foam and other things, where this symbol is always there, the CFC free symbol. In other electrical devices like AC as well as refrigerator, this symbol is always there, non-CFC, which does not have CFC as refrigerant. Now we come to the plastic thing, the plastic harmful effects of plastic. We can see that how plastics are harming our environment every other day, and we are using it in our day-to-day lives. So we can see how animals are dying in the process. They are being affected and they are being killed every other day due to consumption of plastics, because they don't understand what plastics are and they consume it thinking it to be food. We can see in kitchens as well as our tables also, we use plastic in our day-to-day life. So now what are the impact of plastics on human health? So in human health, it has a negative impact where it causes irritation in our eyes. It might cause vision failure. It causes headache, dizziness, and unconsciousness. So it might also cause thyroid, coughing, swelling of throat, breathing difficulties, asthma, respiratory problems, liver dysfunction, lungs problem, diarrhea, vomiting, indigestion, and everything else. Skin cancer also. So now this plastic, when it mixes with the soil, it causes soil pollution. And when it is burned, it causes air pollution. And when it is thrown into the water, it causes water pollution. So all our air, water, and soil are getting polluted every day with the plastic which we are disposing away everywhere. So if we look at the life cycle of plastics, we will see that a plastic bag, it lasts up to 20 years. These are the life cycle of plastic. That is how many years it takes to get the plastic decomposed. So plastic bags take 20 years. A coffee cup, it might take 30 years. Plastic straws, it takes 200 years. And other things, it takes, like plastic bottle, it takes 450 years. A toothbrush takes 500 years. So these are the life cycle of plastics. So now what do we do? Do we throw all the plastics at one go? No, we can just remove it one by one from our daily use. And for the time being, we can use recyclable plastics only. So these are the types of plastics that we have at our houses, we see everywhere around. So, and these plastic bottles or plastic containers, they usually have these numbers written beneath or behind it. So these numbers have their color also. So here we can see if a plastic bottle, it has this number 1, like the yellow one, number 1 and number 7. These are the numbers and the colors which we can use with caution. Next, we can see the plastic bottles with the number 2, 4, 5 with the green symbol. These are the safest choices. These are the ones which we can recycle and we can use it. And lastly, the most destructive, the most harmful kind of a plastic is number 3 and number 6, which we should totally avoid. Number 3 and number 6. Now, these are the single-use plastics. The single-use plastics are the plastics which we just use it and we just throw it away, like plastic straws, plastic utensils, plastic stirrers, and also poly bags, balloons. These are the single-use plastics. So these plastics we should totally avoid because these are the most harmful plastics. So these are the reasons why we should refuse single-use plastics, because it is the most harmful type of plastic. It enters our food chain and it kills marine animals, it pollutes our oceans, and it leaches toxins into food and drinks. So what is the solution? This is the solution is you should carry your own bag. So since the Sudarshan College has an eco club, this eco club, what it can do, its role can be to create plastic awareness. That is, it can make the college a plastic-free campus, and it can tell all the students to bring their own bag, and there should be no plastic, single-use plastic, especially in the college campus. So everyone should carry their own bag. They should bring their own bottle. So see, one bottle, it will last for years. On the other hand, if you're buying water, you are consuming a lot of plastics in the process. So you should bring your own bottle. You should always carry your own bottle. Next is you should carry a small cup, and you should totally avoid the plastic tea cups, the plastic coffee cups, because within it also there is a plastic layer. We should say no to straws, because plastic straws are very harmful, as we have seen. that it takes around many years to decompose a plastic straw. So instead, what we should use is paper straw. The paper straws are totally biodegradable and they can easily be used, and it can be decomposed also. We can use a steel cutlery instead of the plastic cutlery that we get when you are buying food from outside. So we should totally say no to the plastic cutlery which they are providing outside in restaurants. Next is balloons. We often organize fests in the college, birthday parties in the college, but the first thing which comes to our mind about decoration is balloons. But we totally forget that balloons are also made of very thin plastic, very low quality plastics, which again mix with the earth, with the soil, and it causes pollution. So instead, what we can do is we can use paper, colorful papers, and we can decorate with these colorful papers. And lastly, the role of the Eco Club would be spreading the word, because India's literacy rate is around 74.04% as per the 2011 census. And the students who are studying in colleges, they are really fortunate enough to be going to the colleges, because there are lots of students who cannot even go to the college and get the education which you all are getting. So you can know about what are the harmful effects of plastic, what are the harmful effects of ozone layer depletion, and you all know. So what you can do is you can in turn, you can spread the word. You can go around and you can tell your family, your friends, and anyone around, and you can say about how harmful the use of plastics can be, and they can also spread the word. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Himika ma'am. We are enriched today, indeed. This is the time for our question answer session, but so far we have not received any questions. But now I would like to request our faculty members present here to put your views. Uh, I request all of you, any one of you, can share your views. Anyone from it? Okay. Shutaba ma'am, you want to share your views? Okay. So there is no question here over there. So now this is time to pay a vote of thanks. And for this, I'd like to request Srimati Babita Prasad, member Eco Club, to put vote of thanks. Over to you, Babita ma'am. Babita
Okay,
ma'am.
yes, thank you, Pallavi. Himika is still presenting. Himika, could you please stop presenting? Okay. I would like to convey my heartfelt thanks and gratitude to our principals, Dr. P.K. Mishra, and President of GB, Sri Jayanta Malik, for always encouraging us to organize such program, and to the IQAC coordinator, Dr. Arnav Ball, for his support. We are extremely thankful to our honorable speaker, Dr. Raja Raut, assistant teacher and secretary of Jalpaiguri Science and Nature Club, and Ms. Himika Mukherjee, assistant professor of Geography Department of Kalipada Ghosh Tarai Mahavidyalaya, for sparing their valuable time and join us in today's discussion. We would also like to thank the technical team of Suresh Mahavidyalaya for providing us with all the necessary help and technical support. We would like to thank all the participants, teachers, and students alike for being a part of this webinar. And last but not the least, thank you to Ranjit Kumar Burman, the convener of Eco Club, and all the other members of the same to put their genuine effort to organize this program. Thank you all.
Thank you so much.
Yes, over to you, Pallavi.
Thank you so much again, the speakers, and one general question for the participants. Your feedback link will be shared in the YouTube chat box and Telegram groups also. Please fill up the feedback form in time so that you can receive the e-certificate. What we have received today, let us engross that, and let's come together to save our Mother Nature in all possible ways. With this, I, Pallavi Sarkar, member Eco Club Surya Mahavidyalaya, take your leave for the day. Stay safe, take care. Thank you so much again. Goodbye.